Hello, I'm Alex and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a place where I talk about what I've been knitting and sewing each month, and I've got a few projects, so I think I'll just get straight on and I'll start by showing you some socks I have been knitting. So I've already finished one and it's just a plain vanilla sock. It's in the Cascade Heritage Solids. I think they call this colour grey, but I actually think it definitely leans towards a blue. The number's 5660 if you wanted to look that up. But it's knit up really nicely. I just did a 2x2 rib, and I always start with the toe. So I've done the Judy's Magic Loop cast on. I've done some knit front and back increases and just some simple short rows on the heel there. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. The yarn is lovely and soft. It's the first time I've used this. It's a 25% nylon, 75% superwash merino, I think. And yeah, it feels really nice. I have actually soaked this sock just so I wanted to see how the yarn looked, because it's the first time I've worked with it, and really nice and even stitches, and yeah, it's been a nice yarn to work with. I mentioned in my last episode that I'd bought a lot of this yarn so that I could use it in a video that I filmed talking about the bags that I make and what sizes are best for different projects, and I wanted lots of the same yarn so I could compare how many skeins fit in each of the bags. So yeah, I've got lots of this yarn to knit up now, and I thought let's start with a vanilla sock just so I could see how it performs. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I'll show you. I've got the other one in one of my new summer berry bags. I've been switching all my bags over to my Nest summer ones, and yeah, if you're interested in those, they'll be in the shop actually when I release this video. I think this will be up over the weekend, so this will definitely be in the shop then. I've got all my pre-orders have gone out, so I've been working away on getting some stock ready, and you can see all I've got is tiny weeniest beginnings of a toe there. And I'm really enjoying these needles. I needed some more sock size needles. I think these are a 2mm, yeah, 2mm, and they're the higher sharps. And I've tried a 24-inch length, which I haven't used before, and I'm really liking it for Magic Loop. You can see there's not too much excess for sort of moving your stitches between the needles, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. There's a look at the yarn in the cake. I've actually got a video on how I wind these cakes, so I'll make sure that I link that in the show notes today, because lots of people ask me, how do you get them so neat? And it's something that I really like doing, is hand winding these balls, so I'll make sure I leave a link to that in the show notes. If you're looking for the show notes, I always leave a link below my videos with everything you need to know, so there'll be all the patterns, yarn, fabrics, anything that I talk about will be in the show notes. And if you like, I actually send those show notes to people on my email list, so if you'd rather get those straight to your email, every time a video goes up, I send a message to everybody that's on that special newsletter just for the YouTube channel, and everybody gets a message saying that the video's gone live, and it has all the details, so everything that I've talked about right there in the email, and you can obviously see if it's something you're interested in before you even click on the video, because you'll see what I've been chatting about. So I'll leave all that information below, and I'll get on to showing you my next project. So this is a really special one, and I've got this in another one of my bags. This is one of the limited edition bags that I did for my shop anniversary, and this has got a special project because I'm knitting another one of these blankets. You will have seen this before. It's the Twinkle Twinkle baby blanket by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade, and I'm doing this in a colour that's called Old Gold, which is a really nice description for this, because it's almost like a barley shade. It's a really nice colour, I think, for a baby blanket. And yeah, I'm really enjoying how this is knitting up. As I said, I've knit this before, so I knew exactly what needle size I wanted to use, and I'm using a 3.5, which is a little bit smaller, I think, than what's called for in the pattern. But with this yarn, which is a cotton bamboo blend from King Cole, it's actually, I think it's called cotton bamboo or bamboo cotton, and it's a 50-50 blend, which is great for babies because it's washable. So it's really nice that it's a washable yarn. And I think, yeah, it'll be really nice and cool in the summer, sorry, and warm in the winter time. So I'm knitting that for a special friend who's had a baby recently, and I wanted to make something special. I'll give you a look. That's the ball band. So yeah, it was bamboo cotton. And yeah, I'm enjoying that. I knit my last one in pale blue, so it's nice to do a different colour. But I really enjoy this pattern. It's a really simple pattern to memorise. I've got it sort of the first few rounds I had to keep like checking back to the pattern, but once you've got the rhythm of it, it's really easy to see your work and work out which row you're on. Even if I put it down, I can work out exactly where I am in the pattern, and I'm just going round and round and round. I'll actually link, I used a really nice cast on which wasn't called for in the pattern. Don't know if you'll see that, but it's got a really nice sort of closed circle in the middle, because you work from the centre and you're going round and round and round. It's worked from the centre out, and yeah, I used I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like a magic circle. It's similar to some technique that you use in crochet, I think, but it's a really nice technique, and yeah, it's created a really neat centre. So I'll make sure that I include a link to that. But apart from doing the cast on slightly different, I've been doing following the pattern as written, and as always, like Helen's patterns are really well written and easy to follow. So yeah, I'm happy with how that's coming out, and I'm working quite quickly on that because I want to be able to send that off for the new baby. So I'm sure next time I see you I will have that finished, because I'm going to try and get that finished in the next week or two. Actually, that might encourage me to film another video even sooner than I have, because it's been a few weeks and it's hard to remember actually what I was talking to you about last time. I think this next project I was sort of in the wish stage. So this is another one of my summer berry bags. I'm so excited for these, so it's exciting to be able to show you, because I think this is the first time you're seeing some of these, but you'll see it's got a lovely berry print, and I've scattered in a few little gold details. And yeah, this was a project that I think I showed you on my mood board that I've been working on, but I don't know if I don't even know if I've got to the stage where I was swatching. I've got a couple of swatches in here that I could show you. The yarn is called Exquisite by West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's such an accurate name for this yarn because it's beautiful. I don't know how well it will pick up on the camera, but it's sort of a lace weight that's light as a feather. It's a Falkland Merino blend with mulberry silk, and it's got this lovely sort of, I think they call it a grass stitch through the body of the sweater. So if I haven't said already, this is called Han by Julie Weaver, and I've started on the body. You can see it's quite stretchy, it's very light. I have gone down a needle size compared to the pattern because my first swatch was looking a little bit too loose, but I'm really happy with how this is looking. And the only thing is it's really slow going. I don't think I fully processed that I was taking on a lace weight sweater, which sounds crazy, I know, but I was just blindsided by the pattern photography and how the sweater looked, and I was looking at the yarn and found something that I thought would work really well. The original yarn used in the pattern I think was a Shibui, but as I say, I've substituted it for the West Yorkshire Spinners. And yeah, I realised once I cast this on how long this was going to take, because I was knitting and knitting and knitting, and it just wasn't growing. You can see I've still got a long way to go on the body. It's actually made in pieces, which I think is better than if I was doing sort of in the round sweater, because that would just be hundreds and hundreds of stitches for every row. So hopefully I think it will spur me on when I sort of get each piece finished. And it's a really nice project to work on over the summer because it is so light. I am dubious about whether I will finish this for summer because that was the plan, that I was supposed to knit this as a summer piece. It's a really lovely summery colour. Actually, I can't remember what the colourway is called. I've got one of the skeins up here. It is, oh, it's called Florence. You can see the brand there. But yeah, it's a lovely sort of, actually it's similar to what I was talking about before, about it being like a grey that leans to a blue, like the socks. It's a very sort of cool toned bluey grey shade. So that's coming along nicely, and yeah, I'm not having any problems with the pattern so far. It's all been really easy to follow, and I really like how it's knitting up. As I say, it's just one of those things. I think it's going to be a real labour of love, and I really want the finished piece, and I am enjoying the knitting. So I think it's just one of those things I have to remember, that knitting doesn't always have to be fast. It's not a race. I don't have to sort of have it off the needles this summer. I can just enjoy the process, and when it's finished, and I want to make sure that I keep going at it and don't get disheartened that it's taking a long time, and just enjoy knitting on it. But it'll be nice to have a few other little projects that I can sort of sprinkle in between, so I can switch things up when I feel like I want to. But yeah, as I say, I've been enjoying it. The only reason I put it down actually was because I wanted to start doing the baby project that I was working on. So yeah, that's what I've got for knitting, and I'll show you. You probably noticed it's unusual for me to have colour on my bags. I've got the green version, but there will be a grey as well. I thought I'd quickly just bring a few of the little bits to show you, just so you could see what's going to be in the shop. But I've got the grey version. You've already seen my sock sacks, and I always have the DPN cozies. You can buy those as a set, or you can get the DPN cozies separately. And yeah, I've got, what else have I got? I've got the Notions pouch and little needle book as well. These are really great. The Notions pouch is so handy. This was quite, this is fairly new to the shop, having the Notions pouches, but they're such a great size. I don't know why I waited so long to do this size. It's great for having all my snips and my tape measures and things like this, like my needle book, and keeping, I always have like a few pencils, my stitch markers and stuff like that in a bag this size, and it's perfect. So that's going to be in my berry print, and I think the last thing I've got is the little lavender sachets. Love poking these in all my baskets and my bags and anywhere I've got yarn, just as a deterrent for the moths. Not sure, I wrote up a blog post a while ago where I actually looked into, is it true that lavender is a moth deterrent? And there is some science that backs it up, that says it does deter moths. So however small the chance, I feel like it's worth it for me just to tuck these everywhere, because as a knitter, moths are like your worst fear. So any little thing I can do is going to be great if it's going to deter moths. So I've got just those little few shop bits that I wanted to show you. And then the other thing I thought I'd chat about quickly is that I have been thinking, well, quite seriously thinking about getting a loom and starting to weave. So I'd love it if any of you have got any videos that you've referenced when sort of learning to use a loom. I have looked at I think is it Sweet Georgia. She's got lots of great videos where they talk about weaving, and I mean loads of other fibre crafts as well, but she was one of the early people. I used to listen to the podcast right back when it was just an audio podcast, but now there's a YouTube component to it. But yeah, that sort of sowed the seed a long time ago about weaving, and it might be something I'd be interested in. And I don't know, I keep seeing a few other people that have been dabbling in weaving, and it's, yeah, I've kind of got the bug where I really want to get a loom. So I picked up this bit from the library. Actually, I've got it on my desk. So I hope you can see it's not reflecting too much, but it's called Learn to Weave, and it's by Anne Field. And yeah, this has been a really good resource. It actually sort of goes through everything from even choosing a loom, how to sort of weave for the first time when you're trying to warp, and I mean there's lots of terminology that I'm getting my head around, but yeah, I feel like it's actually given me the confidence that I could get a loom, like an entry-level loom, and have a play and teach myself. So I'd love to know if you've got any other resources like books or anything you think I should look at as a newbie weaver, because yeah, I want to be quite considered and I want to know a bit about it before I get one, because I do think the easiest way to learn sometimes is by doing, but it seemed quite overwhelming that just I had no idea. I mean, I had a vague idea of how, I mean, I understand like the warp and the weft and how fabric's created, but I didn't really understand how the mechanics of a loom worked. So that was something I wanted to get my head around before actually purchasing a loom. But otherwise, I do think that's the best way to learn, is just to get something, try it out. There's another, I think it's based in America, Gist, I think it is how you say it. It's Gist. There's a blog and a shop, and they have loads of great information and tutorials and things on weaving as well. So that's another place that I've been looking. But yeah, let me know in the comments if any of you are weaving, and yeah, what do you think? Do you think I should have a go at weaving? Is that what I should do next? Yeah, it's nice to have a few things that are not necessarily work related. I still like doing crafty things when I'm not working on my business, so I thought that weaving is the next thing I should tackle. So I think that's everything I've got today for the knitting, and I'll show you before I sign off today what I'm wearing, because you've seen this before. This is my hemlock tee, but I've got my trousers on, so I'm going to stand right the way back so you can see, get an idea of the leg length and the style. I showed these in, yeah, it must have been my last video where I was talking about the Arden pants by Helen's Closet, and I think I had made a sort of toile or a muslin version, and I remember showing you it's got like a slip pocket and elasticated waist, and the only thing I've changed in the pattern is I actually took the leg in from the ankle, about 1 inch from the ankle, and I basically sewed a seam that went from starting 1 inch in from the hem, and I graduated it right up to just below where the pocket starts. So that was how it, so if you can imagine, you've got the leg length, and it was sort of like cutting out a little triangle piece, and that was just to give it a, like, I think they maybe call it a carrot leg, which sounds a bit funny, but I think when you just have more of that sort of tapered leg that I was looking for. So that was the only change, and I did that when I'd finished the trousers. I'd sewn them up, and I just thought, yeah, I think they could just go in a tiny bit more. So as I say, I just started 1 inch in from the hem, and yeah, I just sewed right up, and that worked perfectly for me. I'm really happy with these. I've worn them so much. I've been wearing them for work, and I've already got ink on them, so I think these are going to have to stay being a work pair, and I'm going to have to make another pair that I can wear out and about through the summer, because they've been really cool. Quite often I wear it with like a linen shirt when we've had warmer days. Today it's really overcast, and I've got a long sleeve t-shirt on in June, but yeah, on warmer days it's been nice to wear it with sort of more strappy tops. And I actually think I'm going to do another Helen's Closet pattern. I think, oh, what is it called? Ashton. I'm sure it's the Ashton top, and she has just released a new expansion pack where it adds sleeves. So the Ashton top, it's cropped, I think. It has a slight A-line shape to it. It does have darts but no sleeves, and as I say, she's just released an expansion where it has a short sleeve. I think it's got short sleeve, 3/4 length sleeve. It has a sort of flutter sleeve, which is like a looser, and then some kind of decorative sleeve. But yeah, I thought the sleeveless version in linen, probably in like a white linen or a natural shade, would be perfect for summer and wearing with these trousers. So yeah, so those are the Arden pants and the hemlock tee. This is a free pattern from Grainline Studios, and it's something that I've made a few times, and I really like this pattern. I think it's really simple to sew. If you're new to sewing with knits, it'd be a really great one to get started, because it's got a very simple construction method. You actually put the sleeve in first, and then you just sew one long seam from the cuff right the way to the hem. So you're not trying to fit the sleeve head into the body, you're actually sewing the sleeve to the shoulder, and then, as I say, you kind of close up that sleeve by sewing all the way down from your cuff to your hem. So really, really nice simple sew. It comes together so quickly. Once now I've got the pattern cut out and it's ready to go. It's something that I know that I'll go back to loads. I've made it a few times actually for summer without the sleeve. So just leave the sleeve off and I just hem. You can see it's got a sort of drop shoulder. I'm not sure if it'll pick up on camera, but this is where the seam is. So it just kind of has a slightly like drapey shoulder, and it has a nice wide neckline, so it kind of has a really nice summer feel when it's got those sleeves off as well. So I've got a few stripy t-shirts, and actually I've been wearing those with these trousers as well, and that's a really nice combination. So the trousers were one of the first things that I did off of my mood board, which I showed a few weeks ago, where I'd sort of planned what I wanted to do for like spring and summer. So it's really nice to have something made off of there. And as I said, my my sweater is one of the pieces, but I think that's going to have to carry over to next summer because I can't imagine me finishing it. Even I'm going to work steadily on that, and I'll be happy if it is finished because it's such a lovely light piece. I think it is going to be so nice for those kind of cooler days or evenings in the summer. But if it's not finished, it will get finished at some point, and it'll be lovely to have something new to wear next spring or summertime. So I'll just keep going with that. I think I've shown you everything that I had today. I hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to know what you're working on. Have you got lots of summer projects? Do you slow down in the summer? Do you keep knitting, or are you switching to doing sewing or needlecraft? I've been talking about the weaving. I was like looking at weaving, and I was looking at doing some more cross stitch. I found who was it? I can't remember what the shop's called, but I found a great shop that had some really nice floral pieces that I thought would make great cushions. So I'm thinking about maybe doing some cushions over the summer. But yeah, I knit all the way through. I enjoy knitting all year round. It doesn't slow me down. If anything, I probably knit more in the summer because I feel like there's more like downtime. I don't know, over the summer I feel like maybe because the days feel longer, you kind of have a bit more energy in the evenings, and I'll quite often work to projects till like quite late in the evening, so I enjoy that. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you're working on, whether it's knitting or something totally different. And yeah, don't forget to let me know what I need to be looking at with weaving, because I've kind of gone down a rabbit hole and try not to look at everything because I think you can get just overwhelmed. And I've tried to yeah, as I said, I looked at my local library. It was really great that they had this book that's so comprehensive. It really, really takes you through, for people that don't even have a loom. As I say, it kind of breaks down all the different kinds of looms that you can get and what's best for what kind of projects and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm excited. So on a future episode, one day, maybe you'll see me with my loom. But thank you for watching, and don't forget, if you want to check out those new bags in the shop, I'll leave a link below, and there'll be the link to sign up for the show notes email below as well. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and like the video. That really helps tell YouTube what you like. So it's great for saying that you like this video, and you'll see it recommended more. Next time I put up a video, it will recommend it to you. But it also is really great for helping it figure out what you like. So every time you watch videos, not just my videos, but any videos on YouTube, it's a great way of teaching YouTube what you like. If you like the videos, then they'll show you more. So you'll see more of these kind of knitting, and other people that have a similar style to me, it will know to show you those videos as well. So it's a great way of finding new things. And yeah, if you want to come back and you don't want to miss a video, you can subscribe as well. That would be great. But yeah, I think I've covered everything there is to say today. I've got my cup of tea that I haven't even had a sip of while we've been chatting. But I'll go and have my cup of tea and enjoy the rest of my afternoon, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you in a few more weeks with some more projects. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.